Hello, everybody. Welcome. Readings from Beyond Historical Mediumship. I almost,
Woohoo!
almost couldn't read that.
Oh, is that better?
Yes, thank you. I
Uh,
think I definitely need some glasses coming up here pretty soon.
aw.
So, hi, everybody. I'm Teri at Holding Your Space, and this is Gerald, Tarot Stash, of course.
Hi.
Oh, you're so good at that, and your handwriting's so pretty, Gerald. I love that.
Thanks. Thanks. Every,
Oh, go ahead.
everybody do that thing. Like and subscribe.
It's free, yeah, and you lose weight when you do it. It's like one of
Oh,
those
that's
things.
new. I like that.
It's good for your holiday waistline.
Uh,
You can have that extra cookie if you want to then,
I love that. And
right?
and yes, so this is for entertainment purposes only.
Do you think?
I did not know that liking, sharing, and subscribing helps you lose weight.
It does, totally,
That,
totally.
that's new.
Yeah, well, you heard it here or
Yeah,
not.
you heard it here. Wow.
Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Hi, Maruta, long time no see. Susan's here, Rossi, Karen Doyle, Sherry Trancing with Spirit. Love that name and that picture, Sherry. That's beautiful. Medium Betsy Palmer is power walking, lurking. And Richie's Reach is here in mysterious, mystical moments and astrological tarot. Oh my
Michelle.
goodness. Yeah. Oh, Maruta says every motion burns calories. So technically true.
There you go.
Right? Yeah. Hey, Kimberly. How are you?
Kimberly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, today, do you want to dun, 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 announce who we're doing?
Mae West.
Yay. We didn't wear our feather boas or anything, did we? And somewhere I've got a fan, but oh, here it is. That'll work. That's a good one.
I thought about dressing up, but I don't have any Mae West hair.
Oh,
And
I can work the May West hair.
yeah, and I thought for a moment, I thought, oh, Mae West would be pissed if I did this. And then, in fact, she probably wouldn't be
Mm-mm.
upset. She would probably love it.
Yeah, she would. I know I almost brought out some of my good rhinestone vintage jewelry, but I didn't either because I'm wearing silver and turquoise today. So,
There you go. I
yeah,
mean, so yeah,
yeah.
Mae West. Is that a gun in your pocket, or you're just happy to see me? My, my,
Right? That was the good one. She was good at those, man.
yeah.
Really good at those one-liners. And um, so today we thought we'd do something different and let you guys tell us what you know about Mae West, and then we'll fill in as we go along. Oh, Rossi's right on it. When
Yep.
I'm good, I'm very good. But when I'm bad, I'm better. I love that. Love that. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you know about Mae West? I'd love to see what people know. So I think I think it could be a lot of I think it could be a lot of fun because, well, just because I like to share the work and the excitement.
Yeah. And I think something interesting to do today, too, everybody, is if you'd like, go into your heart space as Mae West and your solar plexus as Mae West and just abide in her energy
Hmm.
and see what comes out. Because I was doing that earlier and I did a remote view on her, which you can do with mediumship. And you make a little map, and there's May in the center, superstar. She's a star. And I just
Yes.
draw a little map of everything about her.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So hi, Annie Bear.
Hi, Annie Bear. How are you?
So if people know things about Mae West, we would love to know them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could
Go
you
ahead and
pop
pull
it
it
in?
out there.
Yeah,
And I can start. Oh, she wrote a lot.
she
Yeah.
did.
She was a playwright,
Mm-hmm.
and she wrote jokes. Oh, Maruta says I used my cousin's laugh. I used to make my cousins laugh by my May impression with "Why don't you come up and see me sometime?"
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I just have Saint Teri. Your voice is so silky.
Love
I can hear her saying something like that. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Sherry. She did not drink, smoke, or swear.
that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
She did for her time period. She was amazing. She wrote most of the shows she was in. She
Yeah.
authored them, so it's pretty
Yeah.
incredible.
Um, Kimberly Night Night says, I felt she enjoyed the company of men and women. Very progressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I felt that too.
Yes.
Kimberly. I felt like she was very democratic or flowing. She was fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Born in 1893, died in 1980. So she lived about 87 years.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. Hi, Annie Bear. Yes, she did. And she discovered Cary Grant. That's right.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoops. There we go. She was quite different from what one would think by her role.
Yes.
That is so true. Yeah.
Yes.
One tough cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, she did some stuff with Groucho Marx and Harpo and everybody. I can't remember what movie that was.
I don't remember either. She was always the one to, it feels very much like she would, if somebody was going to say something poor about her, she
Mhm.
was going to frame that and make it the best thing about her. And she was going to own it. No one was going to put her down.
Yeah, she was arrested at one time for 10 days for lewd and lascivious behavior on the stage. She had written a play, and
Yes.
it was called Sex. And they put her in jail for 10 days. She had dinner with the warden and his wife most of the nights. She was allowed to wear her silk lingerie rather than, what they would give the
Mm-hmm.
ladies there, probably some horrible woolen
Yeah.
undergarments. I mean, she turned it into a showstopper, a
Mm-hmm.
story to be written about.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, good at business and not the blonde bimbo. Bingo, Sharon.
That is very true, Sharon. In what research I could do about her, she was an investor. She invested her money. She was not frivolous, and so it's one of those things that she was a smart businesswoman. She was, I would even say, perhaps she used her allure, sort of like Cleopatra. Remember we talked
Oh,
about Cleopatra?
yeah. The most
And
beautiful woman
yeah,
there.
the idea of it's like, okay, this is what I have, but you're not going to take advantage of me.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I love this. Seems like Mae West and Dolly Parton are the same tribe.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And so Beth Aspasia Rising said, in 1976, Dick Cavett interviewed her. She,
Oh, check it out. I will. Yeah, because she would have been, God, she was born in what? 96 or 97, 93. She was born in 93, so she would have been in her 90s at that point.
And okay, so I did some research. Let me look this up. She was originally Mary Jane West was her I think her birth name. And one of the things that I found is the idea of the "come up and see me sometime." It's her signature line, which she first spoke as a character Lady Lou in the 1933 film She Done Him Wrong. What eventually became "come up and see me sometime" began its life as "why don't you come up sometime and see me?" Words spoken by a character as brash and seductive as the woman. So, and I am imagining Teri will be returning shortly. So let's see what else we had. She didn't usually grant interviews, so it's rare. That's good. Okay. I don't know where Teri is, but people can use this time to please.
Sorry,
There
guys.
she is. That was the second
blink there.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. No. Yeah, so it was really amazing that she was such a strong woman. And I love what she said about being, let me see, where is it? Oh, yeah. At the end of her life, she said, "I freely chose the kind of life I led because I was convinced that as a woman, I had as much right as a man to live the way as long as she does no harm to society."
Oh, isn't that smart?
Yeah.
That is so smart. That is so smart.
Yeah. Beth, she was the apple of her mother's eye for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where I think it's important for people to understand the public persona is the public persona. The public persona in this case maintained what she felt from a personal level, and gussied it up a bit. Yet she didn't drink, she didn't smoke, and so those things are important. You can do things and present yourself in a certain way and remain true to yourself. I think it's incredible.
I do too, and I feel like it's interesting how this came about. Yeah, she was a very strong pioneer, Morella. Right, exactly. And I feel like, hi, Miss Charlotte. We are talking about Mae West today.
Yes.
And I feel like it's interesting because a lot of times we come across these screen sirens and there's been trauma in their childhood, and it's usually sexual trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And whether they're men or women, they lose their voice.
Yes.
And she didn't. Mm-hmm. She had her voice. Like her mom helped her promote this. And this is something that she walked into as like a 10-year-old or something and spiced everything up all the time. So she came in with this energy, a lot like Cleopatra, who came in and kind of ruled her part of the world by being the siren, like a man would. Mm-hmm. Oh, Miss Charlotte says, my dad liked her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet. I think everybody's dad liked her, right? So she also wrote a gay play that she was never able to bring to Broadway called Drag. And she was very kind, very open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just doing some calculations.
She was a Leo.
I believe her birth numerology, she is a Judgment High Priestess,
Whoa.
which makes a lot of sense because a high priestess has so much inside that we don't see. And she's looking at the big picture things. And you're right. She wrote this play that she couldn't get on Broadway. She also she supported drag queens, which was unheard of. Most of the old timer actors had horrible childhoods, including Cary Grant, Barbara Stanwyck, Joan Crawford, so many. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Eartha Kitt. So many of them had horrible
Yeah.
childhoods.
Yeah.
And I feel like her parents were there. Like her mom really watched out for her. And I think she used her wit. And that's kind of what I got from channeling her this morning too, was that she really used her wit to kind of be the power in the room. And if somebody made a pass at her, she'd,
Yeah.
work it out.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And especially in those days, Hollywood would choreograph your image, Sharon Donnelly says, but she wouldn't do it her way.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God, Rossi. Men are like linoleum floors. Lay them right and you can walk all over them for years.
Well, and when women go wrong, men go right over them. I'm just like going and see, and that's, I mean, that's true for a lot of entertainers still, as they seek acceptance from the public they didn't get at home. That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true, Emerita.
Yeah. We're doing Mae West today, Geocosmic Valentine. Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then you have actors like Natalie Wood and Judy Garland, whose mothers would do anything to get that paycheck.
Yeah.
Right. And Brooke Shields, her mom, Teri, taking her to Studio 66 when she was 12. Nightly. Like it wasn't, a once in a lifetime thing. It was, out there all the time.
Well, and I think about that. I mean, one-liners are critical. I mean, think about it. We remember these one-liners and they evolve and they grow. And I think it still left Gerald speechless. LOL. Yeah, well, there you go. And she did say, I always like to find some quotes. Says, men are my life, diamonds are my career.
I love that.
And
so, yeah.
When caught between two evils, I generally pick the one I've never tried before.
That's nice.
So there we go. My goodness. Yeah, queen of one-liners.
Yeah. Yeah. Another amazing strong lady was Lucille Ball, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm feeling a lot of Jennifer Coolidge with her too.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little different, but smart and sassy.
Yes.
In a way that the public doesn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda says a lot like Dorothy Parker too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I feel like she has this persona that she came in knowing how to change things. She was the highest paid performer at her time.
Yes.
I think the only other person making more money than her was Randolph Hearst at the time. She was making $5,000 a week during the Depression. Yeah. Beth says, comics have changed. Bill Mayers, I can never pronounce his name right, and Dana Carvey have a podcast talking about it. It's interesting. People don't have patience anymore for the jokes set up. Yeah. I like, who is that person? Tig. Do you know her
I don't.
or them? She's an amazing stand-up comic, and she started part of her comedy is she had to have both her breasts removed for breast cancer,
Hmm.
and you'll watch her. Anybody that knows TIG, she's all over the place, but
Yeah, Miss Charlotte put it in, and
she's
yeah,
thank you.
America. It's like a lot of people like her. So
Yeah, yeah. She's and she works it. She works that um, oh, I had cancer and I never did like those things. So she is pretty funny. Yeah. But she works it. She knows how to work it and be an outcast and at the same time make you happy that you're there with her, you know?
I
Yeah.
think there's, and in some of the research that I did at my local library, there are some really good biographies about her.
Oh, really?
And yes, and so, and on some of the research that I did, they're quoting a lot of like the complete films of Mae West, a biography by Cashin for Fergus Cashin, and so I think it's one of those things. I think when people really they figure out how do you say this? It's one of those things that when people understand there is more to this person than what they appear, I think it makes them more alluring.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it? And I mean, don't get me wrong, she was an attractive woman. She was a siren, but there were so many women at that time that were so much more beautiful in the sense of what was going on at the time, right? And what was attractive at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But she came in, she was an older woman. She was in her 30s and 40s and had these beautiful roles. And it was all about attitude. It was about sass. Yeah.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
it's about owning owning the essence of who she wanted to be. Love reading the bios of silent film stars. Such interesting lives, true of bohemians.
Yeah. Right, Beth? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Beth, that's true. Mae West wasn't conventionally beautiful, but she was extremely alluring. I think that's incredible. Think about it. It's like, oh yeah, okay. So
Yeah. Earth Mama says comedy changes with the times. Look at Groucho. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah. And who were those three guys? Um,
the
Mo
Marx
and
Brothers.
well, there were the Marx Brothers, and then there are the Three Stooges,
Oh yes,
and
okay.
all that slapstick, right? When they were hitting each other and everything. Yeah, had Riz, as they say, as the kids say today,
Ooh,
slaps, right?
yep.
Yeah. I was watching a show the other night, and oh, that guy from Everybody Loves Raymond, and he does a show, the producer, and he does a show about eating his way across the world, and he's just so doggone funny. And he was talking about slaps, and he goes, "You shouldn't say slaps if you have body parts that slap." I thought, hello, I'm not going to say it.
Oh man. Well, yes, charisma, yes, alluring.
Yeah. Oh, Laurel and Hardy were funny and they were cute, right? But I felt so bad for the larger one that always got in trouble.
Yeah.
I always felt
I
sorry for
think,
him.
I think an important lesson here is, and I know you've still got, I can imagine you still got a whole lot of stuff that you've written down. Can you imagine hanging out with May? What a great teacher. I imagine she was probably the kindest, most encouraging mentor that someone could have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, kind of like, Betty White.
Yes,
Betty White was a sexy broad. She
yes,
was not everybody's mom like we were brought up to think. She
yes.
had the comebacks kind of like Mae West.
Oh,
Definitely.
definitely. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
also think Mae West. This is one of those things that I appreciate about people is they expect people to treat them in a certain way, and you will treat them that way. You will treat them with respect. When she was in prison, you were explaining she was having dinner with with the warden and his wife, and she was able to do certain things. There's that confidence.
Yeah. Yeah. Come up and see me in my cell sometime.
Yes.
I could only imagine. Mae West doesn't seem like the type of person who would idly sit down and chat over coffee. She would be a good mentor, though. Yeah. And she did live in a very modest home for all
Hmm.
that money that she made. She had a little apartment in Hollywood,
Yeah.
and she invested her money in real estate. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm sure her estate is,
Smart.
spread out everywhere. But
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. Hi,
yeah.
Thomas. Yeah.
Hi, Thomas. How are you?
So
Um,
what else did you, when you were working with her, what do you, I mean,
oh, well, when I went into her energy today, yeah, she was a Leo, Leah. Um, when I went into her energy today, and I just did a remote view of her, I didn't um, do so much mediumship of her because I was bringing it in for us. She was extremely intuitive in knowing when to back off and when to push. Like she had one foot on the gas and one foot on the brakes all the time,
yes.
and just knew how to bring that energy in. It was really interesting. Boss lady, and she said, "Honey, I like to be on top," which I thought was rather funny. Um, called me honey bunches. Um, um, she does a child with a powerful man at the time. Um, I feel like that pregnancy went full term and that there's somebody out there, but I don't know. But it
Hmm.
was with a very, very powerful man. So I don't know if it was somebody like William Randolph Hearst or who it would have been, or Cary Grant, who knows.
Mm.
Um, she says, "I love to be bold and driven to be contrary, create a stir and allow others to learn." And then she said, "Sex is freedom." It's like
Hmm.
a meditation, a tantric. I think she knew about tantric energy,
Uh-huh.
the sexual energy, the
Yeah.
sexual energy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
uh, that says she was able to demand special treatment because she was special without being arrogant.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then she did bring in Jennifer Coolidge and how much she liked her. Um, she liked to be in charge. And she could sidestep those big, yummy boys. So she was talking about when she was young, even though um, she could admire the men, she knew how to sidestep them and do it with a smile so that they laughed. It
Yes.
was like she was just in charge of that situation at all times.
Yes. Well, and
Um, oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
one of her shows was she was doing a show with strong men. I mean, these
Yeah,
really well-built bodybuilders.
yeah.
And and at one point they got a couple of them got upset about something, and they had a fight. So it's like, wow, Mae West always gives me the impression of a smart woman that had to navigate the male world with the gifts she was allowed to use. Very smart, high energy, very positive. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So,
Mm.
Jean, good to see you.
Oh, hey there, beautiful. Hi, Psychic Jean. Um, anyone who's worn a corset knows about tantric sex.
It's
Oh my
been a
god,
while
that cracks
since
me
I've
up.
worn a corset.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, thanks. We are great together. Yeah, we have fun together. We were just talking about that backstage.
We do.
Yeah. Um, and I do feel like, she was also saying, I don't know if I already said this, or sex is smoke and mirrors, and attitude. Put me in the mood and I'll send you on a trip. That's kind of how she, and so she was working with energy. She knew what roles to take and she knew how to do them. She had it written into every contract that she would rewrite her lines.
Oh, I
And
love that.
yeah, yeah. Anything that she did, she could go in and rewrite her story with it.
I
So,
love that.
she was smart. I mean, she was large and in charge, even though she was petite, but,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Something that Leah said just above Sun Psychic Jane said, confidence is sexy.
It is, isn't it?
It's very
Yeah.
sexy.
Yeah, Leah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. It really is. Yeah, she's a boss. For
Yeah.
sure a boss. Yeah. Yeah. So, she had a pet monkey, which, people did that back then, right? You'd have a pet lion or a pet monkey or something crazy like that. And, when her pet monkey died, she learned how to channel him and to
Wow.
converse do mediumship with, animals. So, really interesting, how intuitive and I think that that was kind of in when she was born around that age, but at her age, that would have been what, in the 70s? When did she die? In the 80s?
She died in the 80s. Yes.
Yeah, so that would have been the 70s. So that was coming back around in the 70s,
Mhm.
intuition. Yeah. Yeah, that's very powerful to control your lines. Most male actors in Hollywood didn't even have that power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Betty. Yeah, Betty Davis and Mae West were trailblazers for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mm.
Froxy Roxy. Her one-liners were sexy too. Well, and here's the thing: the delivery of the one-liners is what took it over the top. So that's an important thing. So
Oh my god, Sharon had a pet monkey. Sharon, I always wanted a
that's
pet
adorable.
monkey. I really did. They had him at the pet store when I was a kid, and I would always go say hi to him, and he would always give me a big hug, and I wanted him so bad. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They were the queens of innuendo.
Yep.
I love that word, innuendo, Laura.
Innuendo. Isn't
Yeah.
that's the name of a Queen album, isn't it?
Is it?
I believe so.
I
Innuendo.
don't know. I don't know. Bohemian Rhapsody is our favorite. I mean, I've listened to that
Yeah.
like 50 million times. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and some of her lines, yeah, it's like too much of a good thing is wonderful. Think about that. I mean, how often do we stop doing something because it's so good and we're spoiling ourselves? Well, go ahead and spoil yourself. It's okay.
Well, and speaking of sex, and she's sexy, we're kind of brought up with that um um, you know, relationship with sex because our parents, most of them were in the 50s, right? Born in the 50s, and they were just in that thing, or it was the 50s when we were born even. And and it was like, oh no, we don't talk about that. Put that under the table. Nobody's going to talk about that.
Hmm.
It's like just get it done or whatever. That Puritanism
Yeah.
that it's so predominant because that's our founders. Exactly, Leah. Ancestral shame. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And she brought it out, man. She was like, come on, let's have a good time. Let's enjoy this
yeah.
lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, oh, Joan Rivers was completely a trailblazer.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course. Of course.
Yeah, for sure. She was another
Right.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had the right timing and the inflection.
Yes.
So, yeah, think about the time she lived in and she was promoting decadence. It was amazing to me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Marilla says maybe that's where Freddie Mercury came up with the title, Gerald.
Could be. Could
Yeah.
be. Well, and one of those things, it is one of those things to think about. It's like, I wonder what May would be doing now. I think about that. Just like going, what what would she be doing now, and how would she be behaving? Perhaps it could be like Dolly Parton. I mean,
Yeah.
somebody mentioned that early. They're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
Phyllis Diller. Leah says Sarah Silverman. You know that young lady that did well, she produced Girls. I don't know if you remember that, but who's that big tall guy that's in everything? I can't remember his name. I can never remember anybody's name. Anyway, famous actor now, and he was in it, and he was constantly naked in it because she was producing it and she wanted him to be. But it was a sitcom, and she brought all this gutsy stuff out. Now she just directed and produced also the Barbie movie. Can't remember this young lady's
I
name,
I
but
don't know.
yeah, she's really something.
Hmm.
And she's not fussy at all. So,
Hey,
yeah, all humans have sexual urges. Why do some have more than others? I think they allow themselves more than others. I think that's it, don't you, Gerald?
I think they pay attention to it. They see it for what it is, and there's no shame about it. There's no trying to control it. Yeah,
Yeah.
hormones definitely.
Oh, yeah. Definitely Marita. Yeah.
Froxy, I would agree with you. She would probably be on the front line of women protesting. So,
Yeah. She says, "Honey, I'd be on the Supreme Court."
oh,
Can you imagine?
there you go. There you go.
She would work that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greta Gerwig, yes. Your real,
That's what it was. Yeah.
okay.
Thank you.
Your real security is yourself. You know you can do it, and they can't ever take that away from you. Mae West.
Yeah. She was banned from NBC when she was doing what was that fellow's name that the guy that had the little ventriloquist McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy, I think.
Charlie McCarthy. Yeah. Anyway, and they were talking and she said, "Honey, last time I had a date with you, I got splinters." And and they took him off the air and then she was banned. She couldn't go back on NBC radio.
Well, see, and what happened is that made her popular.
Yeah.
That probably made her more popular.
She worked it. Thank you, Beth. Charlie McCarthy. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We Catholics have a lot of guilt about it. Well, because there was a lot of molesting going on.
Yeah.
That's another big part of it, right?
Yeah.
That's why we weren't supposed to talk about it because nobody could tell their story.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a lot of it. Anyway, I thought she was really cool and such a boss lady.
Mm-hmm.
Love that she could be in that time and space and call the shots.
Yes. Yes. I am putting in a quote, a Mae West quote. "I believe in censorship. After all, I made a fortune out of it."
I do love that. Oh, wait a minute. I missed it. Right? I love that.
And I'm going to put another quote in because I think it's really I think it's really important. You know, at one level, it's just funny at the, you know, I'm no model lady. A model's just an imitation of the real thing.
Yeah. I love that. You know, and her upbringing was a little different because she was, you know, she was born back in Victorian times, the end of the Victorian times, and her mom had aspired to be on the stage, and their parents put that down, so she became a model. And her dad was like a boxer, and then became a private policeman, like probably, you know, somebody that would go and get your
Oh,
money,
uh-huh.
something like that. And so they were different. They were always doing different things. He was, what was he called? He was called like the boss of Dogtown or something. I, oh, the Dean of Hoboken. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So he was yeah, very authentic upbringing. So, and he didn't want her to have anything to do with show business until she won $10 on the stage. And he said, okay. And then he was her bodyguard.
Oh, of
And her,
course.
and her mom was a momager.
Hmm.
And so yeah, nobody was getting to her.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, I like what Annie Bear said. Authenticity, priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I also imagine it is one of those things. I use this as one of my glimmers from last week. The idea of being able to laugh at myself, not taking myself so seriously, lightening my mood. Um, I think that's authentic and priceless. If we can't laugh at ourselves and with ourselves, there's, you know, I think it's an important thing. It's a missing thing.
Yeah.
I'll get off of my soapbox.
No, no, you're 100. I love that. And I love the glimmer, by the way. I'm so excited
Oh,
about it. Amazing. And that's it. The authenticity is so seductive and fun.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
completely. We are the funniest people we know. Amen. That's why I'm always laughing at my mom jokes.
Well, yes, yes. We are the funniest people we know. And I will, as long as I'm around, I will always be amused. Always be amused.
Yeah.
So,
You're good at that. You're good at that. And people love that. Yeah.
thank you. I wasn't always good at that. I've learned how to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you're really good at doing it. So,
aw.
um,
Oh,
oh,
here you go. Go ahead.
Gerald says that, or Annie Bear says that undershirt does not go with your sweater, Gerald.
Do you want me to take the undershirt off or the or the sweater? Hey, they're keeping
Oh,
me warm. You need more colors. Yeah, well, I do that.
I love that. I love that vest.
Oh, I like this vest too. A
Is that
friend of
puka?
mine's father's wife made it. So
Oh, you're kidding.
yeah, she was a knitter. So
Oh my God, what a
yeah,
talent.
so
That's quite ornate. Yeah. Ooh la la, Leah says. Yeah. Don't marry a man to reform him. I love that.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so there was a vest at the Navy, their life vests that blow up. They call them the Mae West.
Okay, you were talking about Jennifer Coolidge earlier. I'm going to say this, and if anybody gets it, let me know. Jennifer Coolidge has been in enough movies. If you get that reference, type it into the chat. I mean,
Oh.
that's funny. So, but
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
was, go ahead.
Oh, I was Maruda's saying, wow, that's handmade. That's incredible. Yeah,
Yeah.
completely incredible. Yeah. I said the booty. The buoy? Yeah, it is a cool design. I don't know that reference at all. I've been in
You don't
enough
know that
movies.
reference?
Uh-uh. Mm-mm.
Here's another quote. So, sex is an emotion in motion. Love is what you make it and who you make it with.
Oh, wow. That I love. That I wanna write and put on my, mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. So the, Jennifer Coolidge has been in enough movies is from a Netflix series, animated series called Q Force.
Oh.
So it's funny. It makes me laugh because I'm not going to give it away because if people watch it, it's like
Okay.
it's just hilarious. Well, I'll tell you, for those of you who haven't seen it and you want to, look away, cover your ears with your tiny hands. It's okay. It's the line that they use, Teri, to break the people out of grayscale, which is the putting the GLTBQIA plus people to brainwash them. And so Jennifer
Oh.
Coolidge has been in enough movies, is never a line that any gay person would say.
I
Bye, Annie
love
Bear.
that.
Yeah.
I do love that. Yeah. Bye, Annie Bear. That's amazing. That's a good joke. Yeah. She is amazing. All the movies she's been in.
Yes.
Um, yeah, Marilla, Emotion in Motion car song, right? Maria Mulder, um, uh, she wrote a good song about that too. Oh, it's funny.
Well, here's an interesting quote on love.
Oh, that's sweet. I get it? There it goes.
A man's kiss is his signature. I like
Mm,
that. Someone's kiss is their signature.
yeah. Yeah, she was way ahead of her time, Roxy, wasn't she?
Absolutely.
Um, you know, and you hear about some women and how they kind of got into the, thing of not trapping men, but, trying to find, a sugar baby or whatever, or somebody that
Yeah.
would take care of them and help them with what they needed. She just took what she wanted. She
Mhm.
was just, like, there, and when she had this, show, and I think it was in Vegas, the one with the Adonis boys, all the
Uh-huh.
bodybuilders behind her, um, she, one of them became her companion for, like, 26 years, I think,
Yeah.
and died before her, but she didn't mess around.
No, she doesn't have time for that.
Yeah, yeah, that was nice. Anyway, I just loved her, and I love that they had the Mae West. They have a cake named after her in Canada,
Really?
and yeah, it has a lot of cream in it, and real rich. And then she also has a cocktail named after her, the Mae West. I
Wow.
can't remember what that was, but, I'm sure it's a champagne cocktail or something. I mean, I know she didn't drink, but let me look it up. It was pretty funny.
Mm.
Yeah, so, but I'm glad that we did her.
Should have been
Um,
great.
it's a semi-sweet concoction with a cherry and chocolate flavor. Um, hmm,
Wow.
and almond what? Cranberry juice, vodka, melon liqueur, and almond liqueur.
Hmm,
Okay.
pretty
That's
top shelf. Pretty
yeah.
top shelf, I would say. Just like Mae West.
Yeah. Just like me.
Yeah.
So, ah, well, that was fun. Yeah. So I remembered her fondly, and I remembered back in the days of watching black and whites and seeing her that she was really something. But I never really got everything because I was a little kid, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, Hi, Tempe62. Glad that you're back. We're
Hello.
doing May West today.
Yeah.
Um, oh, you found a martini as well as brandy cocktails under May West's name.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love
Oh, he who hesitates. Oh no, I put the wrong one on. Where is it? As a damn fool. There
Yep.
it is. There it is.
How smart is that?
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Book Bewitched. No, we started the show with her, with May.
Yeah, Teri had done some prep work and it was amazing.
Yeah. So she also came in with this bebop, which is I think Lauper, Cyndi
Cyndi
Lauper.
Lauper. Hmm?
Yeah, and Cyndi Lauper, kind of similar. She rang
Yep.
her own tune, had her own style. The hair and the clothes completely different. Not a sexual, vixen up there. She was just bopping it, and also wrote a play on Broadway, and I saw it on the London stage. Stinky Boots, which was incredible.
Kinky Boots, yes. Mhm.
Kinky Boots, thank you.
I was like,
Kinky
Stinky Boots. What? That's a different show.
That's where my head goes. Stinky Boots. Anyway, but she was coming in with that business persona, and she talks about that she was at business, no flash in the pan. She was not there to be a flash in the pan. And she's like, honey, I started this when I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Cindy's a Cancer. Yeah. Yeah. She was really funny.
Cyndi Lauper also invested in real estate.
Did she?
Yes.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I saw she and Rod Stewart being interviewed together. I guess they toured together last year or something, and it looked really interesting, those two together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 Katharine Hepburn, sometimes strong and progressive, right? She really was. And people didn't like her either. They didn't like the way that she spoke, the way she dressed like a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cyndi Lauper is for sure outspoken.
Yeah.
Cyndi Lauper is one of my favorites. She has a company making big boots and shoes for anyone.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Aw. Yeah.
So I pulled some cards thinking
Okay.
about Mae West. 3 of Swords. When you are sad, step through and create your own world. Celebrate every single victory that you have. And always learn with the enthusiasm of a child who is excited to learn about that thing. So there's that.
Well, this is just a comedy of errors here. Or not comedy of errors, but it's funny that the cards that I'm pulling on are Our Lady of Guadalupe. She is always divinely protected. And I think she felt this
Yes.
too. She had to sidestep everybody,
Yes.
but she had that serenity and that peace of mind of knowing love, true love. And then Mary of Nazareth, the mother of God. I think that's her telling us, yeah, there was a love child somewhere.
Oh, okay.
So, also she could forgive, because Mary always reminds me of that golden heart of Jesus and Buddha and the forgiveness. Um, having that when you open that heart, you that big, you've got to let go of some stuff, right? So she could let things fly. And let me pull a little kitty cat card for her.
Oh,
So I pulled
yes.
those in. I got these a couple of months ago. I don't know about you, but if I get something new, I have to let it sit for a while before I can
Oh,
really pull
yeah.
on
I
it.
have to. Yeah, I understand that the energy has to meld with mine.
Yeah. So I get sleep. Like, I don't think she's coming back soon, but she might be thinking about it because it looks like this kitty cat is in a womb and a bubble.
Mm.
So I feel like she's working on on the other side, um, but yeah, she might be ready. Let me pull one more on that. I don't know. She might like the freedom she has too much in the sky
Sure.
and her light body.
Yeah.
So Maruta says, "What is a May West cake? These white sponge cakes are filled with the famous May West vanilla cream and covered in a fine chocolatey layer." Ooh, that sounds like a Boston cream pie a little bit.
Oh, and Marites said it looks like moon pies.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds delicious, Maruta.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul Novak was Mae West's life partner.
Nice. I pulled Shango,
Oh,
divine feminine. This is origin is Chinese, and I think this is it is important to be that divine feminine and to understand that is the power in which you exist. I mean, for this card for Mae West is perfect. Definitely divine feminine, because actually it's the divine feminine that I appreciate because it's got a bit of an attitude. I mean, come on. So, yeah,
yeah. Divine keeps coming out. Yeah,
yes, it does.
it does with her. I feel like she was on her path and she showed us what we could be, you know,
Hmm.
especially in that lifetime, that time
Yes,
on this planet. But
definitely.
and it
Definitely.
sounds like she had fun doing it.
I think so. And I also think I love the fact that Paul Novak was her life partner. He probably understood her, she understood him, and they got each other, and they knew when they were not in public, they could just be authentically who they were. And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
So
Her way or the highway.
there you go.
I think you're probably right.
Well,
So
her way or the highway, or as you said, Teri, she would move on.
yeah.
She had a good sense of when to push and when not.
Yeah. Yeah. She knew when to push on the gas and push on the
Mhm.
brakes, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this
So
was so much fun.
this
Oh,
was great.
Beth says, Paul was a professional wrestler and bodybuilder. Mae West was ahead of her time in this area of health too. Yeah, she was really into intuition and health and, you know, taking care of herself, which is
Hmm.
what we're all supposed to be doing.
Yes.
Wow. Ah, thank you,
Yeah.
Rose Blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything big coming up this week? Anything else? I'm sure you do. You always do.
Well, I do want to remind people, Glimmer Globe, official Glimmer Globe goes until the 22nd of December. It can go on whenever you start it. Are those things that are opposite of triggers. Glimmers are when we feel very aligned with ourselves. Our chakras are all lined up. We feel safe, we feel secure, and we feel confident. So I've been collecting my glimmers here, and
Oh,
today is the last day to email me pictures of your glimmer globe if you want to.
love it.
Yeah, and later today I have a show tonight with the Mystic Four, and then I've got 2 shows tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to.
Wow. That's great. That's
So,
great.
yeah.
Well, what do I have? I always have to look and see because I don't have it written down properly. Blah, 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 blah. Um, I, of course, we have every morning we have our meditations.
Uh-huh.
So we'll be doing that. Um, Val at Illumination Portal, we are doing something on the 21st on Thursday, and it's something to do with the solstice.
Nice.
And I'm doing some Kundalini work with JJ at Chita Speak
Oh, nice.
on Friday. I'm really looking forward to that. And then Allie, Oracles and Archetypes. So I've
Very
got kind of
nice.
a slow week coming up here, kind of
Yeah.
getting ready for the holidays,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So
doing some shopping.
I'm trying not to do any more shopping.
Yeah.
So.
Did you start early?
Well, I don't do a whole lot. What I do is I actually make my stuff. So for my coven mates, I finished making black salt yesterday. I made
Wow.
my a good friend a fabric painting, and I gave fabric painting away to my sister-in-law and my sister. So it's great. So
I love that. Nice.
yeah,
You're so
yeah.
thrifty.
So
All right, everybody. Well, have a great week, and we'll be back next month with someone new.
thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Oh, I love it.